Hey guys, today we are going to see like how you can use template features in Metaforms, and also you will be able to know like how to customize the template to accommodate your specific needs. To show this, I will just create a survey, and then I'm just gonna select one questionnaire, and after this page like you'll be able to see a drop down, and here you can like search the template you want to use. What I want to use is like now I want to use this generalized template. I will select the template here, and then I will click on create survey. It'll just take a minute. Okay, I'll just directly go to the XML part, and here like you'll be able to see these kind of instructions like in many places. These are the instructions we have customized using AI rules in the template section in Metaforms. I will show you one demo. Like here, like you'll be able to see where these instructions are present using this search step space 1, step space 2, step space 3 and all. So I'll go to steps 1 and I will explain you like what we have written here. Like for this template instruction, what we have written is like we want to create rest tags, and also we want to create the rest tags for the survey based on the questionnaire, and also it will take this into account while creating a new rest tag. It will create rest tag for only those which are not present in the previous rest tags, and it needs to be present in this survey based on reviewing the questionnaire. So if I want to create additional rest tags that are not present in this XML and I want it to be there based on the questionnaire, then I can select this apply. And this step is non-mandatory, like you can mention it here as well, so that the programmer uses this template knows whether to do this step compulsorily or is it a non-mandatory one. So for this survey, I don't want to have any new rest tags. So I will leave this step as it is. I will not do this one. And now I will go to step 2. In step 2, here you can see we have an instruction like create term point, and we have created the AI rules in the template section to how to follow this instruction as well. And also here you can see like when to do this. You need to do this like before programming the screener and also after completing the screener as well. I will explain you why. First, let me just click on this apply button. Now you can see a term point question will be created, and the term point question will have the rows based on the terminations that are present in the questionnaire. It will contain a row for each question which have terminations in the survey. So you can see it is programmed as a hidden question, and in this survey like we have like 4 terminations, so it added these. You just clicked this apply button and it added these term point question based on the AA rules. I will explain how to write the AA rules as well later in this section. First, let me review whether these term points are correct or not. These steps we have included, these instructions and all, to simplify your step, but you would need to review this once this step is completed by AA. Okay, so I completed this step. I will review the questionnaire and see if there is any other term point that I would need to include in this term point question. So it referred S1. Yeah, S1 we have a term point. If it is less than 18, we are terminating. And in S6, we have a termination point. We are terminating them if they are selecting this third option. And then in S7 also it had a termination. Yeah, we have termination in S7 as well. And in Q14A, let me check Q14A. Yeah, in Q14A as well we have termination, but it didn't seem to add the termination for S5. Okay, so for this one, like I'll just go and ask it to add a S5 as well, just by using edit with AI. I don't need questionnaire context. I just want to add a row with S5 as a text. So yeah, now it added the S5 as well. Now I will go to the next step. Okay, in the third step we have written the instruction for a create timer question. Like what it does is that when you click on this apply button, it will create a timer question with column 1 and column 2. Column 1 is for the starting time spent for that section, and column 2 will be the ending time spent for that section. And this question will have the rows, will have one row per section in the survey. Okay, I'll just click on this apply. You'll be able to see like it creates the timer question with appropriate rows and columns. Yeah, you can see here like it added these two columns. One is for start and one is for end time spent. And for each of the sections in the survey, it created a row in this question. And we will be using these rows while punching the timer for each section while creating sections. Okay, that is next step. So now I will just review whether these sections are correct or not. Let me just repeat you, like when you are doing this task, like AI will simplify the step for you for creating these questions, but you should verify your document with this question to see everything is correctly done or not. So I'll just review now. Like I have this document on AI tool feed, that is on section, and then the second section is main, so that is correct. And the third section, just let me see, it's credit card, that is also correct. And then the fourth section is data platform section, so that is also correct. So I'm not going to check the remaining two sections. So like, but in your case, like when you are programming, you would need to check all the rows correctly. Now I will go to step 4. Okay, I will search step 4 and here it lands me. So we have created this instruction to create the blocks based on the sections in the survey. What it does is that let me just apply it and I will explain you. Okay, it creates one block for each of the sections in the survey, and before each block it punches the start time in the timer question, and after that block it punches the end time for the section in the timer question in the appropriate rows. You can see the first section is like document 1 AI tool feed. So for that it punched this time spent in the first column of first row, and after the section it punched the time spent for the first column, for the first row in the second column. Okay, so now you can see it created a block for each of the section, and before and after the block it punched the timer question. Now you have seen how this task would help you to automate the process that you would do for each of your surveys. You can create this task by yourself based on your need using the AI rules for each of the template you are creating. Along with the tasks, you would be able to tell the AI how to program each question type. Okay, and also you can customize like how the terminations should be programmed as well. So now I will show you an example. I will create like initial 5 questions. I'll just create 5 questions. In AI rules, I have given like if you are programming a radio question with just rows, then use the users property with the value of ATM1D.11, and also add a random is equal to 0 for that question. And before each term, I asked it to punch the term point question that we have created above. So you can see now, as per my instruction, it added this execute tag and punched the term point question based on the termination that we are programming now. So now we are programming the termination for S1. So it added the punching for row 1, which refers to the S1 in the term point question. And then you can see, yeah, after this, like we didn't have any termination. Let me just, yeah, if you create the next set of questions as well, it will add the terminations on the term point punching as well. Let me just show you one example where it adds that ATM only and all. Maybe I'll just create maybe next 3 questions. Okay, now we have created the next three questions, and now you can see for this radio question I have instructed in the AI rules to use this use is equal to ATM1D.11 as the property, and it used it. And also for this radio question as well, it used that property correctly. And then for the checkbox as well, with just rows, I instructed it to add this use is equal to ATM1D.11, so it added it as per my instructions. And these as well, like you would need to verify it manually and see if the attributes you needed for the question are added or not. In case if it doesn't, then add it for the initial few questions, and the AI would be able to follow for the remaining questions. Okay, now you have seen how you can use a template that is customized for you. Okay, now I will show you how you can customize the template for you. Okay, so I'll just go back and I will go to the template section, and here I will open the generalized template that I have created for this demo. Here in the survey XML, you would need to paste the XML that you want to be the starting point while you are creating a new survey. So this is the XML that I want as a starting point, and this XML you can see these kind of nodes, and this is the structure that you want to follow if you add any instructions to the survey. These are like tasks. Okay, so the format is like you need to add a node with this text like template instruction, these markers, space steps, space the step number. Okay, and also you would need to add like when to do and whether it is mandatory or not in these brackets. So these are the informations that will be helpful for the programmers to know when to do this action. Maybe you want to do some action after creating all of the quotas, so you can add it like in the when to do this action like after programming all of the quotas in the survey, and in the brackets you can add maybe mandatory, like if you want it that step to be mandatory. So this is the one I added, and then I have added this instruction, this task as well. This task is for creating the term point question, as you have seen in the example that I have shown you previously. Now I will show you like how I have written this in the AI rules section of this template. In the above, you will be able to see this AI rules part. You can click on this AI rules section, and then here you can see in the left hand side I have created an example for each of the thing that I want. Okay, and in the above I have written like all of the things that needs to be followed in the survey, and for each of these thing that I have written a separate example in the below. Okay, so now I will show you what I have written for this instruction, like create a hidden radio question labeled term point with rows, and use question label of the questions for which term tag is added as a text for it. Okay, so this is the second example, and here I have written it like this. I have given the AI an example survey, like in this questionnaire, like I have mentioned it, like these are the questions we have, and these are the questions we have terminations. Okay, and then I showed it like an example question, like in case if these are the terminations in the survey, then how you would need to add that terminations as rows here. So I have shown this example here. Okay, and then as well I have in the below I have mentioned like how it needs to create this term point, like when the user clicks on the apply button above that create term point task, then what it needs to do, I have explained it here. So you can see I have written it like when instruction create term point is given, replace the generic example given within the node tag with the term point question for the given questionnaire based on all the termination points in the questionnaire. Okay, and also I have explained it like what is the term in the survey and all that you can do, and also I have mentioned it like when you give the output, then give me the node tags that is surrounding the term point as well. Okay, so I have added additional information, you can review it by yourself. And also, like I have given another example where, like I have mentioned, like after each before each term point, you would need to add an execute tag and punch the term point question as it is mentioned here. So here is the explanation I have given, and here is the examples I have written. And this task will be followed while you are generating the question. That's why I haven't written it like when instruction or something like that. I have written directly like for each term tag like that. But in the previous example you have seen, I have written it like when instruction create term point is given. So this is the keyboard that we have in this survey. Like you can see, this is the keyboard that we have written inside these brackets. Like you can see, this is the format that you need to use when you want to add that apply button and to automate some task. Okay, template instruction start, template instruction end, and within the brackets you will mention the task that it needs to perform, and you will refer the task in the explanation as well, like if the task comes in, then what this AI should do. Okay, so now you have seen like how to customize this instructions in AI rules for your templates, and also you have seen how to customize this AI rules to follow while the generation process as